Thinking positive all day is one of the quickest ways to change your situation and turn the tides. Okay. So if you are someone that has been on your spiritual journey, you've been through the dark night of the soul and you're coming out of it and you're desiring to really get on a track where you are walking in abundance and you're feeling good, you're at peace, and everything is going well for you in life, the best way to do that is by thinking positive all day. First off, let me tell you that yes, it is possible to live a worry free life. Many of us are used to worrying because that's how we were brought up. We were brought up to stress about bills, stress about, any and every situation. Oh my gosh, I'm running late, and how the effects that's going to have on everybody. And whatever it is that you're stressing about, or whatever it is that you go through in life, right? We're taught to really complain, and that's not the way to go. If you want to change your life and change your situation around and bring lots of abundance into your life and bring that peace and bring that overall satiation into your everyday life, think positive all throughout your day. You guys can begin to find one specific affirmation or ask-formation, okay, that works best for you. It could just be a blanket affirmation, something that covers everything, all right? Something like, why does everything always work out in my favor? Comment that down below. Why does everything always work out in my favor? So you're driving along the road and somebody decides to cut you off, and you just are ready to cuss that person out, you know what you do? Instead, you take a deep breath and say, why does everything always work out in my favor? Make it a game, because it is your life. Those situations are only coming into your life to see where you are and how you respond to it. And that's another thing. You want to respond to situations, not react. Reacting is doing secondhand nature, maybe flipping that person off because that's what you're used to, or you start speaking things that are not positive towards that person, or you allow it to anger you and then you take that anger with you throughout the day. That is reacting. Responding to the situation is what I just showed you. Taking a deep breath and being conscious, being very conscientious of your next steps, of your next actions, of the words that you are speaking out of your mouth. And then decide to say, you know what? Everything is always working out in my favor, as a statement. Or, why does everything always work out in my favor, as an affirmation? That is going to stop you from going down the negative path, and it is going to at least keep you neutral to begin going towards the positive path that you desire to be on. If you're always speaking negativity and reacting to certain situations, you're only pushing yourself further and further and further away from the desired reality that you really want to bring and manifest into your physical realm. So thinking positive, and it takes practice. It takes practice. I always talk about doing the work. Well, this is the work. It's simple, but for some people, it may not be. Because change, the ego does not like change. The ego wants to curse that person out. The ego wants to go into work and tell their boss what they've been thinking. They've been practicing all night, like Kevin Hart. My mama told me to tell you. And what you have to do is say, you know what? I'm going to go into this job today and I'm going to be on my best behavior because it's for me and my life. And everything is always working out for me. And that is going to allow you to have the best day possible. Because, of course, there's going to be people and situations that want to just get under your skin because of who you are. You know, a lot of times when you're really focused on being a better version of yourself, you see everything coming against that. That's to see if you really are turning into the better version of yourself. And that's going to be the big difference of you having a peaceful day or a peaceful life, right? Versus you having a day full of angst and frustration and anxiety, which one day turns into 2 days, 2 days turn into a week turns into a month turns into a year, and so forth and so forth. So begin to think positive. A positive mental attitude, PMA, is very important. You have to train your brain. You have to reprogram your subconscious mindset to begin to think positive instead of doing what it always does. The ego wants you to be comfortable. The ego is going to be wants to go against you. The ego is not your friend. Get thee behind me, ego. You know how people say, get thee behind me, Satan, or whatever? Satan is your ego. A lot of people want to have something external to put the blame on. So, oh, something outside of me, look what you made me do. No, look what you did. It's all about taking responsibility for who you are and your life, because nobody is controlling your life but you, unless you give your power away. So begin to take your power back from anything that is holding you back at this time by changing your attitude, by changing your thoughts and thinking positive all throughout the day. Play affirmations all throughout the day. Play positive messages all throughout the day. Anything. Look at funnies all throughout whatever you got to do to keep you on a good, straight, and narrow positive path, because this is your life. And by you having a peaceful foundation, that is the right foundation for you to be able to manifest your desires. A lot of people want to manifest and they're jumping into the game and wondering where their manifestations are, but they don't even know how to think positive. They don't even know how to turn a negative into a positive. And they don't want to do the work. So of course, where are your manifestations going to land? Like an airplane. Where are your manifestations going to land? You want it to land on a solid foundation. Otherwise, they can't even come in. You're not even flying at the right frequency for them to even come in towards you, because your mindset isn't matching what you desire. So thinking positive and being in a positive mental state all day is really what is going to change your outcome from day to day. And again, same concept. Those days turns to weeks, those weeks turns to months, and those months turn to years. And before you know, you look up, because the time is passing anyways. Before you know, you look up and you have a very beautiful life that you have created for yourself because you did the work, because you learned how to think positive no matter what. The choice is yours. What type of life do you really desire to live? I know it can even sometimes be frustrating or intimidating, because a lot of times people feel power when they're in a frustrating point of view, or when they're in a angry state. It makes them feel like they're powerful. But in reality, that's just the ego. Death to ego, death to ego. Your ego is not your friend. Your ego wants to keep you comfortable and does not want to do the work. The ego is the one telling you, child, don't get up in the morning to go exercise. We fine just how we are. Even though the conscious you is like, no, I want to, bulk up, or I want to lose a few pounds. I want to get healthier. But your ego, when that alarm clock go off, is going to be like, we comfortable laying in this bed. We ain't getting up, or we want to go eat that burger or that chicken sandwich. We ain't about to eat no fruits and veggies. Your ego is what's going against you. I threw that in there, so that's for somebody, right? But you have to think positive about your dreams, about your goals. If you're desiring to manifest money, but you have a negative attitude about your dreams and goals and your desires, it ain't gonna want to come towards you. So not only do you just have to have a general positive mental attitude just about yourself, who you are in general, so that becomes your character and part of who you are, you also have to think positive about your manifestations. So if you say, you know what, I really want to, manifest a vacation, and you like, man, I ain't gonna be able to get the time off. I ain't got nobody to watch the kids. And you just start going in, I ain't got the money. And you just immediately negate that. You're pushing it away from you. You have to say, man, I'm going to go on this vacation. I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't care how it's going to happen. Let me start planning now. Let me go ahead and look at these flights. Let me go ahead and look at these hotel rooms. And when you have that type of attitude and you're sure about it, watch it manifest. You can be like, what? You can win a contest. Anything can happen. We live in a magical world, people. There's certain people that don't want to believe it. But if you clicked on this video, clearly you believe it. Or something told you to click on this video. So thinking positive all day about yourself and who you are, about your self-concepts, thinking positive about your manifestations and the desires, and thinking positive just in general. Waking up happy. A lot of people don't wake up happy. And if you find that you're not waking up happy, okay, now you're aware, so you have no excuses. As soon as you wake up and you feel that turning in your stomach, 11:11 on the phone. As soon as you wake up and you feel anxious or you start thinking about yesterday's problems, because usually it's yesterday's problems that carry on to the next day, and you wake up, you're like, oh, I got to deal with this again. Stop it right then and there in this tracks. As soon as you begin to think something negative, you have to counteract that one thought with at least three positive thoughts. Whether you think them and speak it out loud, or whether you begin to write it down, however you do so. But you have to counteract those negative thoughts with positive thoughts. You have to actually replace them so there's something in its place. So again, thinking positive and training your brain to be positive all throughout the day is how you manifest your desired life. And it may take time, it may take practice, but that's part of doing the work. So begin doing the work and watch your life begin to change. Test it, and see how it changes. The rest of the day has yet to be written. Anything can happen at any time. So you create what's going to happen 10 minutes from now, 20 minutes from now, 5 hours from now. It's up to you. You have the power to change your attitude. You have the power to change your mindset. So I challenge you and I charge you to change your mindset to thinking positive as long as you can throughout the day. Let that be your homework. Report back in the comments and let me know how it's going for you. Remember your affirmation. Why does everything always work out in my favor? Or why is everything always working out for me? Or create your own. There's so many affirmations out here for you to choose from. But that's a general affirmation that I just gave you to even help you repeat it all day, every day. Put it on a sticky note and put it up around somewhere so you can remember. But start there and watch how things begin to change for you. Ashe. These are your messages. Thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Y'all, I'm sweating. Thank you all so much for all of your continued love and support. You all can give this video a thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, you all can book your one-on-one manifestation and law of assumption coaching down below in the description bar. And baby, I will see you all in the next one. I am Coach Nala Latrice. Peace.